pork roll or Taylor ham?
Taylor ham.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pinstripe Prospective, our bi-weekly look at the Yankees farm system here on SNY. Joining me is my co-host Conor Foley, who covers the AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders for the Times-Tribune in Scranton. Conor, it's been kind of a weird start to the season. We expect, I think, a lot of the Yankees' top prospects to start blossoming and showing some big offensive numbers, but they're suffering for some of the same things the rest of us are. They're a little depressed by the weather lately, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's been miserable out there, Sweeny. There's games where it's so cold that I start getting mad at the fans in the stands for even sitting outside this long. There's no reason that anybody should want to be outside, and they're playing. The other day, I was talking to Oswald Peraza after they played a game where it was snowing, and he was saying to me that he couldn't see the ball in his first couple of bats.
Yeah, that's something that's taken a lot of their, everybody takes a little time to warm up during the season anyway, and now they're literally trying to warm up and fight through rain and fight through rain outs. A guy who really has been on the radar for a better part of a year, and I think everybody who follows the Yankees minor leagues, really it revolves around right now Anthony Volpe, who vaulted to the top spot in pretty much every Yankees prospect list based off of the strong 2021 season. You and I had a chance to talk with him a couple of days ago, and I found it kind of interesting to see a kid who's just turned 21 years old, who's struggling for the first time in his professional career, off to a slow start at Double-A Somerset. He doesn't seem fazed by it at all, Conor.
No, he's very much a cool customer, and that's the thing that comes across with him. The first question that we ask him, he's just so polished at this point, which is crazy because he just turned 21. And he's essentially living out his childhood dream. A little bit of a slow start, but you're starting to see him come out of that a little bit in May so far, early going, even though the batting average still probably isn't where he wants it to be. But he's already got 2 home runs in the first week of it in May, so things are looking up for him.
Anthony Volpe is playing close to his childhood home in front of family, and he's got a lot of expectations on him. He's got a lot of talented teammates as well. And, he likes to have some fun too. So we had some fun with him in our conversation, trying to get to know Anthony Volpe a little bit. Here's our chat with him from a few days earlier. Anthony, the first thing I want to ask you about is your experience of spring training this year. You weren't really officially invited to Major League spring training, but you did get to spend some time around some of those guys. I'm curious what you took away from them, whether it was a conversation you had with somebody or just something you happened to observe while you're watching these guys work.
Yeah, spring training was a really cool, awesome opportunity that, like you said, I wasn't officially in big league camps. I wasn't in the locker room. I wasn't really training with them, but I got to spend a lot of time in the dugout, just watching them go about their business. And for me, that was the coolest part, just how they prepare for the pitcher in the dugout, how they get ready for the game. I mean, you probably only get there about an hour before game time. So just trying to pick up stuff from a distance.
So you come out of spring training and it's a little bit of a slow start to the season. I mean, you're going to go through a season. There's going to be ups and there's going to be downs. But is it a bummer when it's right out of spring training and it's like the first couple of weeks and you're in a slump to start the season?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's always a bummer whenever you're not hitting how you want to hit. But I feel like I've been taking good at-bats and feeling good in the box, and the results just aren't there, which you can't really control. So as long as I'm just keep seeing good pitches and feel like I'm having good at-bats, I'm not really too concerned with everything else.
Anthony, you made a point of focus in the offseason to work on a certain aspect of your defense, and that was strengthening your throwing arm. Can you take us a little bit through what exactly you did and how you're seeing those results pay off early in the season?
Yeah, so it was definitely a team effort between all of our defensive coaches and even some of the pitching coaches with the Yankees staff that we kind of started talking towards the end of last year when we were talking about objectives for the offseason. And I definitely started throwing earlier than I probably ever started throwing after the season this year. And we started on a plyo program. And once I started kind of getting the feel and everything for that, I actually flew down to Wake Forest, and they have like a state-of-the-art pitching lab, performance lab, everything. So I kind of got to dive into my mechanics, and I realized that there was a lot of stuff that, say, I do in my swing that I wasn't necessarily translating to my throwing motion. And it was really a lot of, like, I call it like low-hanging fruit that it was stuff that I could focus on with my throws. And it's made everything feel a lot easier and the ball's coming out a lot harder. So it's a really nice feeling to throw it across the infield and feel like I'm not really putting any effort. And the first baseman and all the other guys say that it's getting there a lot easier.
Sure, listen, you just turned 21. What's the best thing somebody did for you on your 21st birthday?
Well, my 21st birthday was Bark in the Park, so I had a lot of family there, and then also my dog was there for the first time this season, and he's crazy, but he was there for the game, which was fun.
What's your dog's name?
Jedi.
Jedi. Oh, okay. Are you a Star Wars guy?
Yes, I'm a big Star Wars guy, and well, the real story is when I was little, I was obsessed with Star Wars, and that's when we lived in the city, but it wasn't really, I would beg my parents every year I'd write to Santa for Christmas that I wanted a dog, but they had an easy excuse that we lived in the city and it wasn't fair. So when I was that little, I said the dog that we'd pass on the way to the school that I wanted, I was gonna name it Jedi, so when we finally got our dog, we had to name him Jedi.
So can you just look at your dog and he knows what you're thinking? Or, no Jedi mind tricks with the dog? How's that work?
It depends if he wants a treat or not. He'll do whatever.
For these last couple days, weeks, you've been able to spend some time with Derek Dietrich, who joined you guys after the season started. What's that been like to have him around?
It's been amazing. I mean, he's probably one of the best guys that I've been around since I've been playing, and just how cool of a guy he is to all of us, and how he's kind of taking me and all the other guys under his wing. And he's just super open about all his experiences, and he has great stories. But I love just talking to him about how he approaches pitchers. Obviously, we're in AA, and there's definitely a lot more scouting report info that I've had in my last couple of years in the minor leagues. But just seeing what he values and what he stresses and kind of what he keys in on for those scouting reports and to get ready for your at-bats has been really cool, just to pick his brain about just any little thing that you can pick up to give you an advantage.
Is it true he showed up at your birthday party the other day too?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's been awesome. Just one of the guys. We all wanted him there, obviously. He was joking that he had to clear it with HR, and then he was joking that once he did ask HR, they forced him to go because we all wanted him there, but it was cool.
Playing at shortstop, you've gotten to stand behind quite a stable of arms down there at Somerset. Who are some of the guys that are impressing you, and what are some of the things that you're getting to see, and maybe give a preview of what's moving up the ladder along with you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I could speak our whole pitching staff. I think they just came out with something the other day that they have the best ERA in the whole minor leagues. But I mean, I could name the whole starting staff, and then we have a bunch of relievers, but I think Johnny Brito had one of the best starts I've played behind. I could always at shortstop see the pitch calls and where the catchers are setting up. So just to see how spot on he was hitting his spots and really attacking hitters was awesome. And then we obviously have Ken Waldichuk, who's been lights out. I feel like I don't even play defense the times he pitches because he strikes everyone out. We're just throwing the ball around.
You and high school teammate Jack Leiter are competing in something other than baseball. What are you guys competing in where you know that you can win?
We're pretty close in ping pong and pool. Actually, before we could drive, we finished working out, and then Jack would get picked up from my house, and we tried to do a best of 100 or first to 100 pool series, and I think we only played 50 or so games, but it was pretty even. But I'd like to say I'd probably beat him in that.
Anthony, you've got a unique opportunity right now playing at AA, so close to your hometown and so close to where you grew up. So I'm wondering what this is like for you. Is it American Legion style where the whole team's coming over for dinner after a game?
I think the last 2 Sundays, pretty much the whole team's come over to the house. And after the first one, I had to kind of convince everyone to come, but they didn't want to be a burden or they didn't know what the deal was. But I think after they came over the first time, they realized that my parents and my family actually love having everybody over and they look forward to it. So it's been a lot of fun and a lot of great team bonding that just happens organically, which is, I think, the best part.
Anthony, thanks for all the time today. We know it's been a busy time for you, and there's a lot of people who are looking to talk to you along the way, but we want to keep wishing you good luck along the journey and hope to talk to you again soon.
Thanks so much.
Wonderful getting time to chat with Anthony Volpe. It took time out of his busy schedule. And Conor, I know you're going to be looking forward to trying to talk to him maybe every day at some point real soon as he works his way up the Yankees system from AA eventually to AAA. Which brings us to a segment we like to call an alternate angle. And Conor, this week we attack what is a strength in the Yankees system, and you're seeing it every day. It's the starting pitching.
Yeah, so you mean you look at the big league level, one of the best starting rotations in the majors at this point. As a result, there's a little bit of a backlog of pitchers piling up in AAA. We just saw Clarke Schmidt sent down not too long ago. Before him, JP Sears was sent down too. And then you're adding those two guys to a rotation that already had Davy Garcia, Luis Gil, Manny Banuelos, Matt Crook, and probably their most consistent starter this year in Hayden Wesneski. That's already 7 guys at AAA. And just this week, we heard Aaron Boone give an update on Domingo German, who's starting to throw bullpens again. And he has an option remaining, so they can easily send him down. It's going to get pretty crowded here, I guess is what I'm saying.
That's an alternate angle, Conor Foley's weekly segment. And that'll do it for our edition this week of Pinstripe Prospective. Our thanks again to Anthony Volpe for joining us. And thank you for watching. Make sure you come back here to SNY.TV every other Thursday for a new episode of Pinstripe Perspective, a look at the Yankees farm system.